Hey everybody, welcome to week 6 of class. This week we are going to be talking about, we're continuing our discussion on racial and ethnic groups and looking specifically at Black African Americans and Arab Americans. So let's go down our Moodle shell and see what we're getting into this week. So we're reading chapters 4 and 6 in our textbook, and I'll go through the other content as well. And group A is going to lead us in a discussion on the culture of recovery. And I will do a separate video to talk about that assignment in more detail as well. So let's scroll on down here and check out our content for this week. So we're in our textbook, and we're reading chapters 4 and chapter 6. You'll remember that last week we read chapter 5 and spent that week really just focusing on that one chapter. So for this week and next week, we've got 2 chapters in each of our from our textbook. There's some pages in that tip 59 that I would like for you to check out. Counseling for African and Black Americans, counseling for white Americans. So I did want to include that here. That is a, just because it's not a minority doesn't mean that it's not a group that we will be working with, right? And then lastly, I want you to read chapter 6 on drug cultures and the cultures of recovery. This is a really good video about racial trauma and behavioral health and healing and how all of those things are related. So I think that it will be helpful for you. I think it's a really good discussion. So please do check that out. You have an optional chapter, chapter 6 of the Lawson and Lawson text. It's optional, but it is recommended. So be sure to check that out if you would like. And then lastly, there is this NADAC Rites of Passage webinar. So unfortunately, this webinar is no longer available, but the slides and the transcript, which I've provided links to here, may be helpful for completing this week's assignment. So this week's assignment is asking for you to consider the culture of recovery and take some of those considerations and apply them to yourself. So not necessarily we're not looking at it from your own recovery. We're looking at it from really the development of your identity. So I will, like I said, I'm going to do another video to talk more in depth about the assignment, but know that the slides here and the transcript will be helpful for you in answering those questions. So let's check out our next steps. So as always, engage in that content that I just discussed. Group A is going to lead us in our discussion this week on the culture of recovery, and everybody will write response posts. Next week, we will wrap up our discussion, wrap up our chapters on racial and ethnic groups, and prepare then for the following week to take our first exam. So I will post, like I said, I'll post another video here to go over that assignment in more detail. As always, head on over to the homepage on Moodle and let me know what you're thinking. Okay, thanks everybody.